flipping on these bitches.
This one for love, for mothers that's grieving. It's for that dreamer in that class that's underachieving. It's for believers. Welcome to the Detailed Athlete. This is your host, Daniel Carr, and I'm your host with a special guest today, Neek Parker. We'll get into everything that she does as this episode goes on. I really don't want to spoil it, so I'm just going to go ahead and give her the introduction of Neek Parker. Neek, what's going on?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Appreciate you coming out.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's talk about your involvement with the game, with the game of basketball. So we're gonna take it all the way back to the beginning though, because your mom was my rec league coach, and we're saying your mom, like most people, like, oh, dad, things like that, but your mom was my rec league coach, and she was very heavy in the community as far as coaching kids, and I think she coached my brother for a little bit. So talk to me a little bit about growing up around the game and your mom's influence on you when it comes to the game of basketball.
Growing up around the game, I played, being influenced by my mom, seeing her, have me and my brother just traveling with AAU basketball, giving back to the community, being at the center, just dedication, I just really wanted to follow in her footsteps. So, I played basketball, grew up in Graniteville, South Carolina, played for Midland Valley, played for Aiken High, went to college, played for 1 year. I stopped. I wanted to give back, to the community. I got involved. I'm working for Chris Paul, CP3, Team Durant affiliated, LeBron James, Strive for Greatness. So, all those things, I can't do that without my mom and God and the community, man. Absolutely. So, just watching her coach and being around her, being around the community, the guys, my brother, watching you guys hoop, can't do it without you guys, man.
Absolutely. So, but even with your mom's influence though, obviously it's a big thing now. You're talking about women coaching, right? But your mom was sitting there face to face with a lot of men, obviously in the Graniteville. We talk about Greg Park, Civic Center, shout out to Greg Park. But she was able to sit there and coach against some of the best men coaches too, and had a good track record. Like there was people that really would say, I don't want my kid to play for nobody but Michelle Parker. My parents were included. Like as long as she was coaching, be on Coach Parker's team.
I mean, just dedication, loving the game, not just playing, not just playing to win, but actually teaching the kids, that's what it was all about. Not just collecting trophies and medals and nothing like that. It was just, relationship wise, just more bigger than basketball.
Absolutely.
Bigger than basketball.
Absolutely. And that's always been something that stands out to me too. Even now, even when I was in college, I always could think back to when I was playing for the Bulldogs and the Tadpoles,
y'all had used that dog. My mom, y'all used that dog. Y'all had that squad. Nobody was seeing you. I don't think nobody now still see you, in my opinion.
That's something that, and even when we play the Y League, she was always there. What I mean? So
I think you went for maybe over 40 when mom was there.
Something like that.
They try to kick you out, give you a take.
It was getting flipped. Flip my dog, but he stirred some stuff up, got him kicked out. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. It's all good.
Got you.
So you go, and you said you played high school. You play a little college. Where'd you play at?
Columbia College. Okay. I didn't finish out. My grandma had death in the family, so when that hit, I realized my community need me, my family need me. It was kids that need me. So, I came back, just left that alone, and I got into coaching, man. Yeah. And now, thank the Lord, man, I'm player development, working for Paul, Team Durant, and I wouldn't trade no other.
I feel that. What is it about coaching that really catch your attention, though, catch your heart? Because you seem very passionate about it.
Yeah, it's just, man, the dedication, seeing kids that put that work in. Some kids, they're not fortunate to have, money and things like other kids, to get seen, get notarized. So that's when I feel like I come in, I step in and want to make sure they're seen, make sure, they got to get to where they got to go, further than I did, make sure they got those connections. You're not just playing, man. You're playing for a purpose.
Exactly. And I think a lot of kids, they lose that. They don't understand. It's a purpose. When you play, most people that's playing at the highest level, as kids, we all say we want to play at the highest level. We want to play in the NBA. We want to play in the NFL. I think where they begin, where kids fail to see, is that kids are playing for, those guys that are at the highest level are playing with a purpose. They're playing with a chip. Yeah, they make millions of dollars, but there's a reason why. You know, obviously we know the stories of LeBron. We know the stories of KD. We know the story of, obviously, the movie Rise just came out with Giannis. Like, we understand those, but sometimes you got to look at yourself. I talked last week with Sean Mims on the podcast and was telling him that for me, when I was in college, that freshman curve, it slapped you in the face a little bit. When you learning, you know what I'm saying? You learn a different, not really a different routine, but it's more demand on you. And it'll slap you in the face. But for me, it was, I don't have anything to come home to. Like, I can come home and then what? Get a job, but I've been working hard for this my whole life. So you always find your purpose in your why, and I think that's super dope. That's one of your main stepping things. Like, hey, look, yeah, I love to coach this, that, and third, but what's your purpose? Let me help hone your purpose on why you want to do it, which then leads into your life story too. Like, my purpose of coming back is to help you get to where you want to get, and that's super dope. So you came back home, you started figuring out what you wanted to do. When was it when it was like, I'm going to coach and I'm going to help kids? When was that?
I really want to say over 12 years ago, when my god brother, Jabo, he came to live with me, you know. I got him in sports, you know, so just didn't want him around on games and things like that. So I got back into it. So ever since then, from Greg Park, I've been coaching ever since then. Got into it. I was coaching at Lavelle McCampbell for 5 years, you know, won 2 championships with the boys.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it's pretty good. Like, you know, didn't get into the high school ball, made the transition, moving to New York, working for the Brooklyn Nets, player development. So like I said, like, whenever chance I get a chance, like, come home, and I want to keep doing it for the community, like bringing everybody out, like just not forgetting about where I come from. Yeah,
and side note, welcome back, Jabo. Welcome back to the Valley. Like, we happy to have you back. So what was it that made you say community over my own? Right, because you're in player development. Jabo,
CP3.
Not been around, CP3. But what was it like? Okay, let me do community over my own.
It's like when I travel, when I go see all these other places in these communities, and you know, I go to courts and things like that, I'm like, dang, like, I gotta do this when I'm home. Like, I just can't just because we're all grown up, you know, everybody there, they working, they have kids, you know, they got the different lives. Like, I just can't let it die down. Like, you know, I gotta keep something going, you know. People traveling down here to watch other kids in the Peach Jam and things like that, when we have, you know, talent right here in this area, you know.
Absolutely.
So might as well get the community out, come watch.
Absolutely. And when you're in these different places and you see the talent that's around, does it ever remind you a little bit of home? I mean, I know every place is different, but when you see a kid play like in a park in New York, he's like, hold on, I know there's somebody at home that kind of play just like that. He just don't got the platform.
Right, like, you got the media and everything out there, like, man, Rucker Park, all those parks out there, man. It's like, it's a change. So when I come back here, like, that's something that I want down here in Aiken, Graniteville, North Augusta. Everybody, like, you know, everybody to come together, man, you know, just be on one platform.
Yeah. CP3, when did that start? How did that come about? That's an interesting story. And I know you have posted a post about it, and it was really touching. And obviously, I want you to keep going, keep getting bigger and better. And we'll get into that a little bit. But how did CP3 start? And when did it start?
I think, man, they see me in the gym one day. Like, I think I was working out a kid. They see me in a kid, like, just seeing the passion. And one of them, Coach John Adams, he walked up to me. He was like, you with us. Ever since then, like, we've been locked in. Like, they're my brothers, they're family. Like, ever since then, man, they took me up under their wing. You know, I recruit. Anything they ask me to do, you know, I'm there. Like, if I have to go scout, that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I love. So
yeah, absolutely. So then your Brooklyn Nets involvement, because that's dope. Number one, you player development. That is about as dope as you're gonna see, especially around here. Like, and then and not to, obviously, I'm not being sexist or anything, but I think this adds to power. You're a woman.
Yeah, man, like, coming from a small town, South Carolina, like, and it was plenty of people that thought I couldn't do it. Like, you know, I really don't want to talk about it, but they thought I couldn't do it. Like, they didn't think that I need to make that move. they think I just need to stay like stuck right there with just middle school ball, like it wasn't just gonna transition.
Yeah.
And I just don't talk. I just let it show. So
tell kids now and people just around, because everybody can learn from your story. Tell them like how to just keep going. Like,
yeah, just keep going. Like, it doesn't matter if you're not in it, if you doesn't make it to the NBA, if you're not doing what you want to do, keep going. There's always something for you. Like, it's always something out there. Like, just keep pushing. Like, stay locked in, stay motivated. Like, it's not gonna be easy. Like, it's not gonna be easy, but keep going.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I know, obviously, I have a story of my own, which I'm gonna do an episode. People keep asking for it, so I'm gonna do an episode with people where people know my story and learn my story. But that was one of my biggest motivations. Like, there's people out here that's telling people they can't do something.
You're right.
So
they just want you to stay. They just want you to stay locked in, like right there. But it's so much more. Like, get out there, like go. Like,
yeah, a leap of faith, man. Because God gonna take care of everything else. You do your part, He'll do His. Absolutely.
Right.
So we'll get into it now. What we all came here for.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's talk about your money tournament. Let's talk about the history a little bit. When did you start it, and what made you start it? Like, what made you say, I'm gonna do a tournament back home?
Actually, talk with one of my guys from the CP3 camp. You know, they kick it off in Indiana, they kick it off in New York, and they was like, Neek, you might as well get it going. I was sitting here talking like, man, people don't really want to hoop no more like that, whatever. They was like, yeah, it's all you got to do. So we sat down one day, we talked, and ever since then, like 2 years ago, I had my first one. It wasn't big. I had it at the Graniteville Recreation Center outside. You know, it was like I had, you know, maybe 6 teams, and you know, Aiken team won with Tremaine Parker, Trondell Long, Flip, you know, Tramel Coleman. I forgot who else was on the team. Darius Cheatham. You know, a good bit. So that was a blast. Come out last year, you know, had it at St. John's. Yeah. You know, we upped the price. You know, we got the community out. More people starting to hear about it. Had a couple Georgia teams, Columbia teams, a couple teams from Lexington. They came out. You know, the twins, Daniel Quarles, him and his brother Nathan. Everybody knows about the top shooter, Matthew Todd. Yeah, Matt Todd. He came out. You know, Auburn standout Malik Dunbar. He came out. He put on the show. And Mike Coverson, you know, they won. So they're looking to come back out there, looking to defend their title. So, and they picked up, you know, Patrell Rogers and a 5-star Christian Noble. So I'm looking for that squad to come out to make some noise, you know. They say they're going to repeat, you know. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Yeah. What about the other teams? So this year's tournament obviously is getting bigger, it's getting better. How many teams do you have in it this year?
I have 10 teams right now. You know, more teams. I have teams on the waiting list. They wanted me to get up to 16, but so far I'm locked in at 10. And I'm ready to get it rolling, man. I got the No Limit Ballers, Team North, the Trap Stars, Big Aiken is on, Team Layup, Carolina Thunder, Aiken Ballers. You know, Finesse Kings, Team Overlook with Dante Karen. All the boys from North Augusta. So, you know, I'm ready, man.
Yeah, no, that was just thinking about some of the names of the teams, just kind of putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, I'm ready to mix some names.
It's going to be good. Get into a little roster breakdown. I'm sure everybody want to know what's going on. Get into a little bit of roster breakdown for us. Tell us what's going on.
All right, let's get it. We got a, I don't know if you remember Shaq Rowland. So he'll be coming in with the Trap Stars, him and his brother A-Wig, Fall, Boosie, PJ. No Limit Ballers, we got Darian Carter, Drake Carter. Some names, you know, I don't know. Jalen Jennings, Jalen Freeman, Harry Palmer. You know, we got Big Aiken. As you know, we got Flip. I don't know if you know Bussy.
I do.
Adrian Freeman, Dario Cheatham. Tramel Coleman, DJ Kitchen. You know, Team Layup, we got Buki, Richardson, you know, Day, you know, from Laney, Snake, Roger McGee, you know, Carolina Thunder. You know, I'm looking forward to this team. They've been, you know, messaging me, talking a lot of big noise. So I'm looking forward to see what they do. DJ Mason, you know, Dion Berrien, Titus Gary, James Richardson, Cornelius Riddens. So I'm really looking forward to see what they guys do. Especially this team right here. The Aiken Ballers, you know, really for you know, Walter Jackson, you know, Mr. Lockup. They call him Mr. Lockup. Rico Davis, DeMarcus Smith, Alex Parks, Big Z, Trey Parker, Miguel Hill, you know, looking to see Daniel Carr come through, you know. So, you know, we're ready, yo.
Yeah. Let's talk about that Thunder team.
Let's get it.
They are obviously representing the ECBL.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually a decent league. Talking about semi-pro.
Yeah.
It's actually a decent league. I had 2 teammates play. One ended up getting a overseas contract out of the Thunder team, or sorry, not out of the Thunder team. I'm sorry, out of the ECBL. He played with Primetime.
Okay.
So it's a respected league. If you have opportunity to play the ECBL, please take the opportunity. Don't look down on it.
Okay,
That's
so it's definitely something you should look forward to.
It's definitely, definitely, because you're going to play ball. That's number one. You put your film together, and it ain't like you just play anybody. Like I know, guy we played in high school, Frankie.
Okay.
He plays in the ECBL. What's the kid name? JJ Richardson. He'll probably be on that Thunder team.
Okay.
Matter
of fact, he is on this team.
He is. Yeah. He can go. He played with the Thunder, and then he ended up playing TBL this past year.
All right.
So there's opportunity out there for you. Like there's nothing wrong with the ECBL.
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to mention the team. Team is on with DeAndre Gators. We got Malik Lee, Darren Parker, Big Lester Nichols. He's coming back to town from Myrtle Beach.
Lester, chill out.
Yeah. Rico Jeffrey, Shaq West, Paul Williams, and Tolbert Holmes. I don't know if you know Tolbert from Aiken High.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, man. Like,
it's gonna be a nice tournament, and I like what you're doing with this tournament because it is bringing people home. Like you said with Big Lester, like okay, well, not only do I want to come compete and try to win some money, but let me look out. You know what I mean? Like, let me support.
like the funds and things coming in. It's helping kids. With school stuff, going back, school clothes. Book bag stuff like that. So it's for a good cause. Like bring the kids out. Like everybody come on out. Like
right. It's a safe space, so you ain't got to worry about anything.
Definitely tight. We will have security. Yes, yeah.
And I think that's good, and I appreciate what you're doing for this community because and obviously I'm wanting to add on. Do some things too, like as far as when it comes to things like that. Gotta get my feet wet. I'm also still trying to play. Oh, no problem. Like, we from Graniteville, so at the end of the day, I want Graniteville, I want everybody around here to prosper. Everybody to look good, keep going. Like absolutely. And you talked about a little bit on a post where support sometimes in Graniteville not that it don't be with you, but everybody has something bad to say. Or they always have an input. And that's okay that people want input. My advice to you is that, and it's something that my dad always tell me, eat the meat and throw the bones away.
Got you.
There's always something that you can take out of anything somebody say. Something good.
All right.
Even the worst thing that somebody can say, there's something in it that's actually probably something true. Probably.
Got you.
And to say that, I'm saying keep going.
Carlos, man, thanks.
Keep going, because at the end of the day, not everybody's gonna like everything. And for the people that don't like it, whatever.
Got you. They talk about Jesus Christ, man. So
so that don't give you no pass. They're not gonna talk about you. They talk about my Lord and Savior. They gonna talk about anybody.
Best.
You know what I mean? So no, but I do appreciate you coming through. Like y'all, please support this tournament. Y'all come out. When is the date?
July 23rd. Yeah, July 23rd. We're kicking out. The first game starts at 9:30 until double elimination.
Mm-hmm.
Pop out.
Yes, ma'am. So this is the Detailed Athlete. Hold on. Is there anything you want to leave us with before we sign out?
No, just thank y'all for y'all support. Thanks for all the shares. I see everybody reaching out. Thank you guys. Couldn't do it without you guys. Thanks for all this love and support.
This is Detailed Athlete. I'm your host, Daniel Carr, sitting here with the one and only Neek Parker, and we are out.
This is for love, for mothers that's grieving. It's for that dreamer in that class that's underachieving. It's for believers whose faith is just keeping them breathing. This is regarding it either. This for all of my heathens. Happy moment, happy sprinkled through half of these tragedies. Actually, I just started embracing change. It's safe to say that growth is an uncomfortable process, and pain is a necessary investment for progress. I stress that if you ever get ill or hurt against your will, just equip with God. This is our test. Yes, this time is gonna be different. I'ma bless the world with honest quotes in every sense and get better every moment, just like my mama mentioned. Hard times but never resentment. I stay forever relentless. Yeah. I got gotta grind, I can't leave them behind. They said, boy, you the ticket, I ain't talking about fines. I know I'm on the right path, I ain't looking for signs. They say the quickest way to break through is freeing the mind. Man, my goal is perfection, but I may never reach it. It's every man for theyself, watch how you sharing secrets. No, I don't like parasites, I can't tolerate leeches. I get to work my testimony, I feel like a deacon. The truth is in the fine print, you gotta pay attention. Rule number one, never try to speak more than you listen. I know the biggest thing in life is to stay consistent. That's why I'm working on the present, I know that I'm gifted. I can't give up cause life is a challenge. I got the world on my shoulders, I'm trying to keep balance. No, I ain't never seen the world, I'm exploring my talent. My destiny is set in stone, you can say that it's mountain. I gotta get it, ain't no way around it. That's how it goes, I ain't worried about the coach's pick cause I'm already chose. And God gave me the key to every door that they done closed. I done came a long way from canned goods and pallets on the floor. Life done taught me some lessons, I done face some rejections. I know that this is my path, no I don't need no direction. I'm just tired of this stressing, we in need of for blessings. Sometimes I sit and look at my reflection.